Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Billie Jo. Welcome to my channel, to my video. If at the end of the video, if it resonates with you, it would be great for you to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, all your likes and your comments do help with the algorithm to help my videos be seen by people who need to see them. And if it resonates with you, I would love to hear your comments and your feedback. So if you would like to know the timestamps, you can just jump to your reading. Timestamps are always in the description box. If you would like to learn how to contact me for your own personal reading, because remember, all pick-a cards are general readings. So if you would like your own personal reading, you can contact me on that information down in the description box as well. So, without further ado, let me meet you at your pile. Hello, pile number one. If you chose this amethyst, it's got a monkey here and some Buddhist symbols. This stone is meant to represent the monkey on your back and protecting you from that. So, let's look and see at the next 3 months in your love life. So, I've got these separated. So, for a month from now, you have the number 15, which breaks into the number 6, message in a bottle. If you hear my kitten in the background, she's okay. I have to put her up when I'm doing readings because she will get everything. Then we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. The sun, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. So for this next month, I'm going to do this a couple different ways. First, I'm going to talk about those of you who are single. And then next, I'm going to talk to those of you that are in connections. Whether you are in separation or union, it's just whether, your connection. So those of you who are not, you don't consider yourself in a divine connection, you don't resonate as a twin flame, high-level soulmate, light work, or anything like that. You're just watching for a love reading. Those of you that are single. So I'm recording this in June, and 4th of July is coming up soon for those of us that live in the U.S. So it looks like there may be something that you'll be celebrating soon, whether that's the 4th of July, or if you watch this, say you may end up being drawn to this during Halloween or Christmas, whatever. It's like there's going to be a gathering, some type of get-together, a holiday or birthday, some type of celebration, and that I'm seeing most of you that's single may be getting invited to something like this, and it's going to be extremely exciting for you because we have the sun here, and it tells me you're going to be having so much fun. I see some of you actually getting drunk. It's something where you're going to be drinking, and I'm hearing fiesta. That may resonate with somebody. I don't even know why that I'm hearing that, but I feel like you're going to run into someone that you haven't seen in a long time or heard from in a long time. Like there was this huge disconnect, and then you're going to be so happy to see this person. This person has big dick energy. Like, this person is like so magnetic, and like this instant, it's like this instant, sorry about that. A commercial came on in the background. Anyways, it's like this instant attraction, desire, magnetic drawing to each other. But I do see with the Eight of Wands, you're going to be stuck in your head quite a bit. You may be to where you don't feel like you can approach this person. You're going to be excited to see this person at first. But, and you have happy memories of this person. Overall, you're going to be happy, but you're just going to have to get it out of your head, you single people. Those of you who are in divine connections, I see where your person is probably going to reach out to you. This is someone who probably bottles up their emotions and doesn't really talk about their emotions much. But there is a lot of strong feeling here, because that message in a bottle is floating in this deep water. And then you have all this water here. Of course, we have the moon up here, and which talks about things being hidden. Plus, that telephone is in the bottle. The message is in the bottle. Those feelings are bottled up. But sometime during this next holiday, celebration, get together, whatever is coming your way, this next month, you're going to be so happy. Like, this is like, I'm hearing like communication, like, oh my God, I haven't heard from them in forever. You know, it's like you haven't heard from them in a while. And they're going to come in like the King of Wands. You know, this isn't the Knight of Wands, where I get that most of you are dealing with someone who's had Knight of Wands energy, where they've been in and out, in and out, in and out. But every time you see them, you're still really happy and excited. This person's leveled up to King. They're King of Wands now. They've got this fire burning for you. And so I'm being drawn to, like, you know, see these little horn things. And they nearly meet in the middle to form a perfect circle. They're not quite to Emperor. So they're not quite there. But they've kinged up. They have kinged up, and they're wanting to create something new with you. They want to create this kingdom with you. But of course, because of their bottled up emotions, that leaves you sometimes, especially if you've been in this connection for a while, and they've been that Knight of Wands energy, it leaves you where you're like, I don't know. I can't see where this is going. Is this going to be the same thing again? Are we going to go through some bullshit again? You know, your whole mind is just racing with thoughts of, is this trickery? Is this bullshit? I don't want to get my hopes up again. Spirit, what's going to happen in the next month for singles? Please clarify this King of Wands. Please tell us more about this King of Wands coming in. We have the Wheel, Archangel Michael. It is a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune's on your side. So this person you haven't seen in a while, they may have went through a lot of hard times, but all of a sudden they're like, damn, they're booming. Everything, because then we have the 10 of Earth. It's the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like they're making their money. They're making their bread. They're very financially secure and very grounded, where possibly in the past they weren't. And that's why you're so glad to see them. And it's like strong, passionate, you know, magnetic energy. And you're like, damn, this is like fuckboy energy that leveled up, right? To, you know, he found his grounding, he found his purpose, and he's learned how to make his bread and his money. And now he's coming in. You know, it's like he disappeared and all of a sudden he's back and he's ready to settle down, and And because we have the Ten of Earth, you know, that's very happy family life. Also, for some of you, this person may be married. That's not all of you, that's just some of you. And for others of you, they want to settle down and, you know, they've been gone for a while. There was fuckboy energy. And then now they want to settle down and have a family. So please clarify the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Six of Air. Things are looking up. The end of difficult situation. Taking a trip. Yeah, that's just blowing your mind. Then it's followed by the Chariot. Archangel Metatron. An important achievement. So, yeah, this is just blowing your mind. It's like, what? Okay. So let's start. Let me shuffle and get some clarification for those of you in a divine connection. And that may resonate with some of you in a divine connection as well, where your person is leveled up. They've made some achievements, and now they're ready to actually settle down. But you're stuck in your mind like, what? This has just blown your mind. Spirit, is there anything else that you want to say to those in a divine connection? I promise no kitties are being harmed. King of Fire, which is King of Wands. Motivation. Ambitious. Charismatic. It says communicate with vision. Be a leader. Advice from someone creative. So look, he's coming in on his dragon. And he's standing there fierce and strong with his wand in his hand. Like, he's coming for you and he ain't backing down. He's coming, honey. Or she. You know, take this how it resonates in your situation. I just always read like I'm talking to a female about a man. Yeah, he's leveled up and now he's coming charging in. And this is going to happen in the next month. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah, big changes are coming. Positive changes. All of a sudden, where you've had stalemate energy, you're stuck in a rut, you know, this energy of back and forth energy, all of a sudden, so the situation is going to move forward. And things that you've wanted are going to start coming to fruition. So now, let's put this away. And let's pull up for the next 2 months from now. So we've seen what's going to happen in the month. Someone's coming in. Now we're going to look and see what's going to happen 2 months from now. Number 27, exchanging gifts. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I had to take a drink. I'm sorry, let me pause. Thank you. I've had a really bad sore throat lately, so. Okay. Then we have 10 of Gems, protection. That's like the 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. King of Roses, the motivator. That's like the King of Wands again. And then we have number 9, Hermit, introspection. Wow. So, what this looks like is, whoever this energy is that's coming in to your life, this person is wanting to offer you something. And this is something real, something tangible. Because we have the 10 of Gems again. Just like we had with, you know, month number 1. And the King of Roses. So, he wants to come in. He wants to offer you this stable connection, stable relationship. He's still extremely passionate. And, like, I'm hearing pushiness. Like, he's going to be really pushy about getting what he wants. I feel like for a lot of you, For a lot of you, you may start getting roses, flowers, bouquets, things like that delivered to your office, your work, your home. They're going to be trying to sweep you off your feet and romance you, whether you're single or in a connection. You may have been single for a while, alone for a while, and with the Hermit, in the regular tarot, it's this man carrying this lantern in the dark, right? So there's still hope here, and this is lighting that candle, keeping that flame lit, and giving you hope and optimism about this connection. For some of you, you're going to receive actual, other than bouquets of flowers, you may receive, and there is a cat here, so someone may get a kitten or a puppy. For some of you, they may invite you to a ballet. I'm hearing the opera for some reason. I don't see no opera in here, but he could look like he's in the opera. But they want to come in and just offer you some, it's like dating. They want to date you and motivate you to be with them and just them. To be in a committed partnership. I see for some of you, y'all's going to be going for walks in the park. In some, if there's public gardens somewhere. I've never been to a public garden, but I know that there's some places that have them. Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. What I'm getting from this, and then we have Nine of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. You're going to be stuck in your head. Because, this is someone who was in and out, in and out, in and out, and then all of a sudden they want to offer stability. And it's like, I just don't trust that. I feel like that's what you're thinking. I just don't trust that. I'm going to be guarded and protect myself. I think I might need to lock myself. For some of you, you're wanting to lock yourself up in your room because they're doing too much. They're trying too hard. It's like all of a sudden it flips the energy, like I'm seeing for some of you where you have text and emailed and they'd ghost and come back and act like nothing happened. And now all of a sudden they come in wanting to be Casanova, Mr. Romantic, and offering you gifts and flowers and, popping up. I'm hearing for some of you popping up. Maybe at your job to take you to lunch, at your house, just all of a sudden in and out of your life to all of a sudden in your life. And you've got so accustomed to being alone and being by yourself and longing for this person and hurting because of this person that now they're doing too much and you don't trust it. It's like, who the hell is this person? Anything else, Spirit? We have Five of Air. Review everyone's motives. See that? Learn what you can from this situation. Don't make any unwise decisions. Ace of Earth. There's important documents or contracts. I feel like this person may come with you. Oh, look. We have the Lovers, Archangel Raphael. Weigh your decisions. For some of you, they may want to elope, and you're going to have to think about that really hard. Don't jump into any decisions like that. For some of you, because you was in and out of this person's life, and it was like not stable. For some of you, like, you didn't wait around. Like, you waited around for a while, but then you took your power back. And then you started, seeing someone else, like maybe just having casual sex with somebody, or a hookup with somebody, or you actually started dating someone. Now this person's wanting to come in and sweep you off your feet, and you're having to make a decision. You have to make a decision between two different people. You have to think, do you really want to do this? Let's look at 3 months from now. Okay. 3 months from now, the time you watch this video, with the number 19, which breaks into the number 10, which again breaks into number 1, flexible. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. We have Queen of Stability. It's like the Queen of Pentacles. It says, a businesswoman who is focused on the practical world. A woman who seeks financial security in relationships. This could be a woman, or it can be feminine energy. A practical and nurturing mother. A woman who may prefer to marry a wealthy older man for stability. Will aim to please her partner sexually, but not willing to cross her own acceptable boundaries. Not willing to sleep with someone below her status level. So we have Queen of Stability energy here. 6 of Mind Games. It's like the 6 of Swords. Overcoming obstacles and challenges in a relationship. Reconciliation and moving forward together. Taking a vacation together to reconnect with deep intimacy and sexual healing. Sex in water, the bath, shower, hot tub, swimming pool, or the ocean. And we have 3 of Mind Games, like the 3 of Swords. Emotional distress, heartbreak, betrayal, third-party situation, anger, revenge, jealousy, and hatred. Oh. What did I just tell you sometimes people can be warned, like in month 2, where you was warned to make a wise decision on whether to jump into the boat or not. So month 3 months from now, you're going to bend over backwards. It's like you're going to be forgiving this person. You're like, and so, especially if you're in a divine connection, part of a, well, I say part, but the main reason we have divine contracts is because we have to overcome trauma from our past lives, in our DNA, in our ancestry line. We are healing all of this, and we have to learn to forgive and to purge and heal and ascend. And this, and so this is something that you keep in mind. Especially if you're in a divine connection, it's something you already know. But you shouldn't have to bend over backwards to do this. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are so compassionate and so caring and so gentle and so loving. You will do anything for the people you care about. Here's someone that you have always had your heart set on. And you will go through anything to help others. You're so nurturing. You're someone who's really been hoping for marriage, for commitment, especially from this particular person who's been coming into your life. And that's whether you're single or in a connection. And you are overcoming a lot of things. Now, so I'm getting different scenarios. I am getting for some of you that this pain from this Three of Swords. Okay. Spirit is showing me that this is you. First of all, you got to stop bending over backwards. It's okay to be flexible, be open-hearted and follow your heart, but do know this is going to be painful, because healing is painful. Growth is painful. And it's kind of like childbirth, where it's painful, it's nasty, it's messy. And just because it looks like there may be a possible marriage coming up and overcoming these things and moving forward in the relationship, whether that's marriage, commitment, some type of commitment here. He's the King of Wands. You're the Queen of Stability. And you want stability in your relationship, your connection. And that's why you're willing to just forgive this person and keep going. But do know there's still going to be heartbreak and pain that you're feeling, that even as you come into union, if you come into union, you're still going to be purging things. Things are still going to come up that trigger disappointment and heartache and trauma. And you still have to do your healing work even in union. There's healing we have to do within ourselves. We have to find union within ourselves before we find union without. So within, so without. And you are ascending and growing, with each level. But each level is like an onion peel that's peeling off, and that pain still gets triggered, because of the betrayal and the lies in the past with this connection. And possibly third-party situations. Some of your person was with a karmic partner, and you're still going to have time. I'm seeing a couple arguing about, well, when you was with her, did you do that? You have to learn, if you're going to forgive someone, you have to forgive them completely. Do not keep bringing up the past. Do not keep bringing up bullshit that they did. If you're willing to bend over backward and forgive them so you can come into union with them, when you get triggered, you have to please recognize that it is a trigger and there's something within you that you need to heal. You don't need to, it's not you correcting them, you need to correct yourself. And that is part of healing. That is why you get triggered. When we are in separation, it's because you both have things you need to learn and grow, not just your divine counterpart. We're so busy these days looking at our divine counterpart like, he's with that third party. I wonder when he's going to man up and come back. When is he going to do his growth? Well, guess what? If you're focused on him, you got some growth to do too, because you need to be focused on yourself. I don't know who I'm trying to tell this to, but somebody, you're being triggered right now for me saying all this. And that's a good thing, because that means you have some pain you need to heal. So we have, bottom of the deck, Unity, Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. You are coming into union. Number 15, Ego, Archangel Jophiel. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. These, see, that fear coming up to be purged. So it looks like within the next 3 months, you and your person are going to come into union. However, there are things that you need to heal, that you are still healing. And Spirit is calling me to pull this shamanic healing deck, okay? Just so we can take a look at, I wasn't planning on using this deck, but Spirit is guiding me. And whenever Spirit talks to me, I have to listen. I have to do what I'm being told. Pile 1, what's some things they need to heal? Number 36, grounding. So you need to learn how to get grounded, especially when you get emotional, when you feel triggered. Things that you can do to get grounded: go outside and plant some flowers. If you don't have a yard to do this in, you can, if you live in an apartment or something like this, go buy a plant. Tend to that plant. Give that plant love. If you're able to go out to a park or you have a yard, walk barefooted in the grass, in the dirt, bury your toes in the sand at a beach. Do some sun gazing. If you don't know what that is, I would suggest you research it before doing it. Don't just go outside and be staring at the sun. That will damage your eyes, your retinas. Also, I'm hearing for some of you, because I see the nuts, but Spirit is telling me, some of you are being, and you know who you are when you hear this. Some of you being guided to not eat meat, maybe take a sabbatical from eating meat. I said sabbatical, but I'm meaning like, what is that called? I forgot. Anyways, you're being told not to eat meat for a while. Maybe even the thought of it is making your stomach turn. You need to eat more nuts. You need to eat more leafy greens into your diet. We have 5 for psychic development. Some of you need to focus more on listening to your intuition. Some of you need to practice some, and there's lots of different, like TikTok videos and Instagram pictures and videos where you practice working on your intuition and your abilities. And we have number 16, masculine energy. You need to heal your masculine energy within yourself. Also, what I'm getting here for a lot of you, some of you, especially with psychic development, I'm getting, you have gifts and abilities. You may have been raised in a home or a society that did not accept those gifts, and so you pushed them down and tried to ignore them. Spirit said it's time to come out into the light. Okay, so next I'm going to get you some initials. Some initials for pile 1, please. We have O, S, Z, D, I, another D, G, E. So these may be initials in their name, maybe letters in their name or in their nickname. Pull some charms here. Okay. We have the letter L. If you can see that. The letter L. We have the letter C. We have a ring. We have an old watch from a necklace. So divine timing. You've been trying to work with divine timing. We have rose quartz. So this is definitely, you know, heart chakra healing going on in this connection. We have Virgo. One of you may have Virgo in your chart. I don't really know what that is, so. We have some squiggly lines. You have a unicorn. Someone, this connection is magical. There's magical healing coming on, magical, it's a divinely guided connection. And then we have the moon in this little, it's a moon and a star. So you may be the star in their life. There may have been hidden emotions. Also cycles, moon cycles. There's cycles. You know, that goes with divine timing as well, where there's been cycles in this connection. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. And, oh, wait, I'm not done. I just realized I had some characteristics I was going to pull. There was some characteristics of their person. So we have facial hair, an oval face, intelligent, salt and pepper hair. For some of you, your person is a little older. We did have one of them cards. Which month was it? Oh, I think it was the third month. Someone who's older than you for stability. We have gray hair. So salt and pepper and gray hair. Some of you, you know, these aren't going to resonate with everybody. Just take what resonates for your situation. Also, look, they may have double letters in their name. It's a number 2, so they may have double letters twice. Like, for example, my first name is Billy. I have 2 I's and 2 L's in my name. So I'm seeing that for some of you. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Many blessings. I'm getting moved on to pile 2. Remember that if you want to take advantage of the special, it's only till the end of June 2021. My 30-minute readings are only $22.22. And my hour readings are $33.33. Information is down in the description box. It is only good until the end of June 2021. And thank you so much for being here with me. Please remember to like and comment, so that way it helps with the algorithm. And if you'd like to subscribe, I would love to have you. Many blessings. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this chevron amethyst, this is your reading. We're going to look at the next 3 months in your love life. Do you know there might be some triggers? I don't know. I think pile number 1 had some triggers. But let's go ahead and take a look. So, month for the next month, we have number 38, which breaks into number 11. To be fair, heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. King of Cups. Queen of Cups. This looks like it's definitely a divine connection, a counterpart pile. We have the 6 of Wands. Okay, so let's look here. So I do try to read, I was trying to read pile 1 as those who are single versus those in a divine connection. But for this pile, it looks like this is for a divine connection. For real, like for definite. We have the couple here. We have the king and queen of the same suit. You both may be water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or have water heavy in your chart. Now for me, for example, when I say strong water energy in your chart, for me, example, I'm a Cancer sun, but my dominant energy is air. So that's your chart is more than just your sun sign. You are so much more than your sun sign. But so dominant air, water energy here. I do see I do feel like there's a lot of Pisces that's maybe gonna watch this pile. So divine wisdom, divine downloads, ascension, things I'm seeing for some of you, you would like commitment in marriage, and possibly your person tries to be very fair. If you're someone who is wanting that ultimate commitment, and maybe your person shies away from that because it looks like she's trying to discuss it and he's looking away like, I don't know about that. Honestly discuss those feelings with your person. Be open, vulnerable, transparent with your person. That's going to continue to win your person over, because they appreciate the honesty that you. So I'm getting you have a pure heart. This connection is divinely guided and protected. There's in the next month, there's going to be equal give and take in this relationship, more effort putting in on both your parts. There is so for the masculine energy in this connection, I am seeing that he's mastered his emotions. It doesn't mean if he doesn't show his emotions, it doesn't mean that he doesn't have any, because he has strong emotions, very, very deep emotions for you in this connection, but he doesn't let those emotions rule him. However, the feminine energy in this connection, and when I talk about energy, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. This is energy. So the feminine energy in this connection is very, it's like she's completely covered with water, right? She is so in love and so in tune with her emotions that she is, she is completely, it's like being in a pool full of water and you're at the bottom of the pool and you're covered completely with water, and that water is your emotions, and your king can see your emotions and see all that love that you have overflowing, compassion and generosity. Some of you may resonate being a little witchy, a little woohoo, juju, some mojo, may have a gypsy type spirit because she does look gypsy-ish to me. This is a highly telepathic connection, very strong. I'm also hearing astral travel, meeting each other in higher dimensions during astral travel. You may have lucid dreamings about each other. You may visit each other in your dreams. Just a minute. My cat's taking all my books out of my bookshelf. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I have one kitten put up because she can't stay away from my desk. And another kitten who is taking all my books out of my bookshelf. Okay. Also, I'm hearing that this connection it's cycles. I feel like this connection, we have the 38, which breaks to number 11. I feel like you are in union in higher dimensions, but you may physically be in separation. But you consider each other's soulmate or counterpart or twin flame. You already know, you both know equally about this connection. And what I'm getting is this connection is about to move forward. It's about to find more success, possibly in the physical realm. A lot more passion is going to be shown. What else, Spirit? What else? Ten of Air, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Some of you or your person may be recovering from addiction. We have the Dreamer, Archangel Metatron, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. So there's some things, this connection is about to move forward in a dramatic, unexpected way. Like, you're not seeing it. You're not going to see it coming. I say that even though I tell you that, possibly you're going to forget this reading and be like, oh my God, we're moving forward. Okay. So let's get, in the next 2 months, what's going to happen within the next 2 months? We have the number 33, which is I'm not going to break that down because that is a master number. We have chaos and conflict. What I'm seeing here, though, what Spirit immediately is drawing me to is this zebra was dressed in a giraffe. See, and the giraffe suit is coming off piece by piece. I'm seeing where you're starting to reveal yourselves to each other. The masks are coming off. You hear that? You hear the masks all the time, right? Well, the masks are coming off. Where you start to actually, reveal your desires and your wants. That comes from, from month 1, we saw you as having heart-to-heart conversations. Month 2, we're seeing some more transparency in the connection. We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. Some of you have your own children. Your person may have their own children. Sometimes when you have children, it does cause a little bit of a conflict. You have to, other parents that, like the baby's mama or the baby's daddy, you got to deal with. For others of you, you have children together. And for some of you, you've known each other since childhood. I am being drawn to the dogs here. Dogs to me represent loyalty. We have puppies here. So which happens, with children. Some of you may be expecting children. You may end up finding yourselves pregnant. We have number 8, strength, understanding. Three of Wings, which is like the Three of Swords, sorrow. And King of Wings, the professional, is like the King of Swords. So, because we have the three of Wings, the sorrow here, there is some difficulties coming in. There's going to be some conflict. There may be some disagreements in 2 months from now. It may definitely have something to do with your children, their children, your children. I'm hearing childish for some of you. Y'all may have, because King of Wings, I'm hearing it has to do with the logical sense. Y'all may, in the 3D level, have like this disagreement. Okay, what Spirit is showing me is that some of you, you know, we all contain a physical, we all contain, I don't even know where the word physical came from. We all contain the masculine and feminine energy within ourselves. And the whole point is finding balance between the two within ourselves before we can find balance and unity on the outside. Now, when you're in a divine connection, there are many times that you're going to switch these roles. You may resonate as the divine feminine, and then next thing you know, you're operating in your divine masculine energy. And then you retreat back to your divine feminine, and it's back and forth. And your counterpart does the same. So if you in your connection is dominating in your female, for example, and you're dominating in your masculine energy, you're the one who goes to work, you make the bread, you are in leadership roles, you're very active. This is masculine energy. And when you dominate in your masculine energy, lots of times your counterpart, even if it's a man, is dominating in his feminine energy, where he's receptive and understanding and being the, you know, that's like the single dad who has the role of mom and dad, or you know, someone who is like receptive to receiving loving, generous energy, very compassionate, very understanding, very receptive. Energy is transferred. Now, the reason why I'm explaining all this is because sometimes we both want to it causes conflict if we're both operating in the masculine energy. And that's what I'm seeing here. And that does happen sometimes if, for example, you, even like we saw with month 1, where you are in union in higher dimensions, but in the physical realm, there may be some type of physical separation, causing you to be apart or whatever it is. But even if you're in union in 5D, for example, you still have some type of union in 3D. I'm going to use my own situation as an example for Paul too. Me and my Timmy, my divine counterpart, are in union in 5D. We are in union. I always explain that we are in union. Although it appears in 3D that we are in separation, because he is in prison, I am not. And now that does cause, it is a karmic, him being in prison is a karmic debt that has to be finish its cycle, right? In 3D, even though it appears we're in separation, we are still, people still know that we are in union, because we both resonate as being in this relationship. Our families are, you know, my children, his children, my family, his family, all resonate as us being in that union energy. Us actually being, my music just started back up again. Us being in that connection. What is going on here? Just a minute. Okay, I just turned it all off. So the reason why I'm explaining all that is sometimes me and Timmy are operating both in the masculine energy. Now, it's gotten to where we move very easily together now, where if he's in masculine energy, I'm in feminine energy. If he's in feminine energy, I'm in masculine energy, back and forth. But I see 2 months from now, most likely this connection is going to, both of you going to be operating in masculine energy. It's just part of growth. It does cause some conflict, because you can't both be the masculine energy. Also, there may be some disagreements when it comes to logical 3D thinking, when you are thinking with your mind instead of your heart. Let's get some more clarity on this. Spirit, please give us more clarification on the conflict. What exactly is going on here? I'm hearing stay level-headed. Don't be arguing and yelling, and stay level-headed. I'm hearing any misunderstandings that happen. There will be communication that comes in, where you can talk it out. You're going to be able to communicate and get an understanding. That has to do with that shedding of the mask and the skin, shedding it, staying strong. No matter, there may be some of you, there may be heartbreak coming in, that has to do with family or children or something. Hope not. I hope not. Maybe they make a decision like you always wanted them to go to college and they decided to drop out. You know, that type of heartbreak. Let's see here. Please clarify, Spirit, this chaos and conflict. Some of you may be nurses. I don't know why I'm seeing that. We have Ace of Water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, enhanced intuition, a new home. So, what that tells me, since that is trying to explain the chaos and conflict and the Three of Wings, Three of Swords energy, we have stay strong here. So I think what I'm sensing is kind of like in pile one, one of their months, I can't remember which one, they had some more growth that was going through. Because, of course, we have the shedding of the skin, which does tell me there's more growth here. Growth is painful, but it leads to stronger love. When you, especially when you, okay, thank you, Spirit, thank you. Spirit is clarifying the children, and, you know, this all ties into childhood trauma, childhood pain, healing your inner child, and it's painful. It is, you know, people think they can just, I'm just going to work with my inner child. No, it's painful because you got to face the things that cause you pain. Face the things that caused you, you know, made your inner child feel like it wasn't good enough. It wasn't accepted or loved or cherished. And you're going to be working on that and shedding that, and it's going to help you come deeper into a deeper love. We have Seven of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. This is a battle that you're going to be successful, and it's going to cause a greater love in this connection. And then we have the Star, Archangel Jophiel. Happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans and on the right path. With doing your healing, you're going to be on the right path. Things are going to be moving forward and looking very good for you, pile number 2, in the second month. You will be more inclined to doing your healing work. So let's look at 3 months from now. Oh, look at that. I love this card. Look, it's the number 35, bracelet number 8. It's 2 owls. You know, it's like a king and queen, or a king and king, or a queen and queen. However you resonate. You are loyal to. Oh my goodness. My kitty. She wants attention. She's knocking all my cards down. Sorry about that loud noise. Okay. As I was saying, you are loyal to each other. You have the key to each other's heart. You see those keys? You have the key to each other's heart. Look at these little hearts falling. Look. This one has a heart. You wear your heart on your sleeve, I'm hearing. Healing family issues. You've been working on that, healing the inner child, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So you've been working on your inner child, and you're learning to forgive your parents, the people who have raised you, your upbringing. I'm hearing for some of you may have been a foster child. You are healing that as well. We have the Magician, an innovative lover, enjoys new experiences, enjoys dating, new adventures, and sexual experiences, likes to keep things fresh and mix things up frequently, creating something new together. King of Passions, like the King of Wands, a man who is not afraid to express his emotions, a passionate and creative man who goes after what and who he wants. Now, to me, when it's talking about a man, it's talking about masculine energy. So whoever 3 months from now is in their masculine energy, this person is going to be expressing passion and creativity, going to be definitely going after what they want. This man can get your heart racing, and I can't read, what does it say? And ignite passion. However, if communication, trust, and respect are not placed as a priority and mutually agreed upon, there could be problems with making a solid commitment. A fit man who aims to please in the bedroom. Once committed, he is likely to be faithful. However, he can cause trust issues because he is very sociable and always chatty to people. So what I'm getting from this, some of you, your masculine may be someone who has, for example, if he's a man, he has lots of female friends. If it's a woman, she has a lot of male friends. It may stir up those insecurities that you have. But when we have the Magician followed by the King of Passions, this lets me know that the masculine energy in this connection is going to come forward and wanting to move this connection along. And then we have the Fool. Free spirit, walks away from unsatisfying relationships easily, jumps into new relationships head first and fast, likes trying out new sexual experiences. For example, bondage. If single, goes out looking for sex. To me, the Fool is taking that leap. So when we have these cards together, you always want to look at what cards are around each other. And to me, this is telling me that you've been working on your healing, and now the masculine energy wants to charge in. 3 months from now, they're going to want to charge in and create a new cycle with you. End the old cycle, begin this new cycle, and create this new life with you, and they're ready to take that leap. They are loyal to you. They have the key to begin these new things with you, this new adventure with you. Can we get some clarifications, please, Spirit? Pile number 2, 3rd month. Ten of Earth, a very happy family life. Financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. To me, this is the Ten of Pentacles is the ultimate abundance card. Abundance in love, abundance in family, abundance in finances, abundance in happiness. Everything coming together. It's a legacy card where you grow old together, and everything, it's not always rainbows. Let's be honest. Excuse me. I'm overcoming a sore throat and cold issues and things. Okay. It's not always happy rainbows. There's always, in every connection, there's difficult times. But this is moving into complete, happiness. Yes, yes. We have Four of Fire, contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life, the successful completion of a project. Four of Fire is Four of Wands. That is the 1111 union card right there. So let me get these out of the way. And I'm going to pull you some, first I'm going to pull you some initials for pile 2. That's some initials for pile 2, Spirit. Okay, we have L, E, F, P, O, D, R, T, and E. So for some of you, you may have a Lee. I'm sorry, just laughing. Some of you may have a pet. Someone may have a pet or a pet name for each other. I'm hearing the name Ralph, Tom, Todd. There's a Todd. Okay, let's go ahead and get some charms now. Oops, messed up my thing. Okay, we have a B. We have another R, an I, an S, a U. I know, Jinx. You want to get out so you can get into my stuff. H, E, and D. I have to take breaks in between piles because I have my youngest kitten who is about 8 weeks old, 7, 8 weeks old, and she's at that stage where she wants to wrestle and bite and play, and she gets up here, and when I'm trying to shuffle and tries to interrupt, so I have to put her up. Okay, we have a flamingo. Some lipstick. Some of you may be into makeup, maybe a makeup artist. We have this runic symbol, Berkana. It means love. We have a leaf here, some grounded energy. We have a palm tree. Some of you may live where there's palm trees, such as like Florida. I think of Florida when I see palm trees. Miami. But there's other places that have palm trees. I think Louisiana has some palm trees. We have the clown, but when I see this clown, I always think of the fool. So taking a leap of faith. For some of you, I'm also hearing some of you like to clown around. You have a very strong sense of humor. Speaking of strong, we have the elephant. This is a very strong connection. Elephants also to me represent memories. They hold their memories, so they remember, this you and your person have a lot of memories together. We have the angel, so this connection is definitely divinely protected and guided. We have Virgo. There may be some heavy Virgo in someone's chart. We have the owl here. So to me, the owls are divine wisdom and downloads. We have the turtle. I love turtles. They're like one of my favorite animals. I love them huge, giant sea turtles. So turtles may be important to you. There may be some of you who's used to, because the turtle has their house on their back, and you may be used to someone who's transient, or your person may have been transient, and where you can just get up and pack up and go real easy. We have the butterfly, so there is transitions and changes happening in this connection. We have another elephant here. And we have a pink rocking horse. Some of you may have a daughter. Your person may have a daughter. May have grandchildren, children. But it's pink to me. That represents a female. And then finally, I'm going to get some characteristics of your person. Now remember, I only take the messages that resonate. Most of you that pick this file, you know what your person looks like. Let's be real. So we have gray hair that showed up in pile 1. We have highlights in their hair. Someone who's artistic, either you or your person. Bodybuilder, someone, even if they're not a bodybuilder, some of them, your person can be a bodybuilder, but I'm also, for some of you, they're fit. They're into fitness and exercise. Facial hair. Voluptuous. And studious. Someone who likes to study a lot of things. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that if you enjoyed this, please make sure you like and comment. It does help the algorithm in my videos to help reach people who maybe there's a message they need to hear. Also, if you're not subscribed, I would love to have you in my soul tribe. And if you would like a personal reading, right now until the end of June 2021, they are on special. Information is down in the description box. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this lapis lazuli, this is your reading. So we're going to look at the next 3 months in your love life. Whether you are single or in a connection, that's going to come up in the cards. Pile 1, I could see where there could have been some of them that was single, some of them in a connection. If you're in a soul connection, you know that you're in a soul connection. You recognize that. For some of you, there are some of you that don't resonate with that. So this is, I'm going to try to look at it both ways, but I'm just mostly trying to see what's coming in for the next 3 months. So first, I'm going to look at the first month. So for month 1, we have 1, yang energy. This is masculine energy. Fire, passion, creating something, working, being active. We have separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Okay. That's an ant card. Okay. So we have stars here coming from this fireball Fire, stars. I'm seeing where something is being sparked into life. And with the separation card, I like to point out that in this, it shows where, he's got his hand on his heart and he's holding her hand with the other one, and she's laying there reaching out. It's like this longing to be together. Like, it's like his heart aches to be with her. For some of you, you may communicate late at night when you're laying in bed. We do have the angels, so this is divinely connected. So I don't see this as someone who is, you may consider yourself single, but mostly you are in separation with your masculine, or you're the masculine in separation with your feminine. If you are the masculine, I'm seeing you didn't really want to be in separation. There's some kind of interruption in this connection. There are some things that's in the dark. It looks like this mistiness around here, see? And the shades are mostly drawn. It's like darkness in the shadows. So there's some things that's in the dark, especially when it comes to the masculine energy, things that's not being shown. And for the feminine energy, it's like, I'm just sensing this deep, strong longing, desire for that connection. So let's get some of these other cards. We have the Devil, Capricorn energy. We have the Tower. We have Strength. So, in the next month, so if you are not in separation in the next month, there may be a forced separation. I'm hearing for something that may be having to do with a job. Maybe your masculine has to go away for a job. For most of you, I'm hearing that you're in separation now, and you will still be separation a month from now. There is either one of you or both of you, either other, has some kind of healing. The purpose of the separation is so that you can come stronger through healing. And you may have some addictive behavior patterns. You may be addicted or obsessed with your person, or vice versa. One of you may be struggling with addictions such as drugs, alcohol, codependency, just different things like that. In order to grow, there may be a fear of change here, a fear of commitment, fears coming up. And then we have, forced changes. Tower is not a bad thing. These are forced changes, like when you need to level up, but you're staying stuck. You know that you have to make a change. For example, this is how you would see the Tower in everyday life. For example, you stay with the same job, even though it stresses you out. You know that you need to look for a job. You keep telling yourself you're going to look for another job. You know you're being guided to look for another job. You're being made to feel uncomfortable in this job. And it no longer resonates with you or your purpose. And just going there every day, you may cry on your way to work. And this is just an example. But then you work so hard, you're so driven that you never take the time out to actually look for the other job. You don't take the time out to put out your resume. And next thing you know, you're fired. Why? Because you've already been prompted to change jobs, but you were staying in that stuck situation. And so universe had to step in and force you to go on your life path, your purpose. They're having to force you to make those changes, so you get fired. Okay. You've already been told, but because of your fear, you're staying there. So this is kind of like the same, but in a relationship, in a connection. You've been told that you have healing to do. You've been told that there's things that you need to do to level up in your growth, your ascension, and you ain't doing it. So you've been forced into the separation. For example, in a love connection, this could be like, where, example, COVID. Transportation restrictions, travel restrictions. And you've been told you have things that you have downloads, you have growth, you're not working on your spiritual ascension or your growth, and instead you're operating in your ego, you're operating in your fear. And guess what? Universe, spirit, we're going to have to step in and we're going to change that. We're going to fix that real quick. We're going to get you reconnected. See all these animals, they have their crown lit up. Here she is touching them. But they have to force you through a tower moment to make that happen. Paul 3. What? What? Oh. Mama Billy Joe's going to get you. Please give us more clarification, please, Spirit. Oh, goodness. I feel Spirit shaking his head. Shaking my head. Just shaking my head. 6 of water. Memories from your history of childhood. Issues regarding children. Romanticizing the past. You are healing childhood issues. 9 of fire. Don't give it. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. And I hear that you've been heavily guarded. You're someone who is heavily guarded because of things in your past, in your history. And then we have the Chariot. So I'm going to add that because when you actually, in this forced separation, in this tower moment, when you have to actually work on yourself, when you actually do that work, and you don't give up and you keep pushing through, push through when you want to give up, keep pushing through, and then you're going to move forward. You're going to all of a sudden ascend to higher levels. You're going to all of a sudden open up this connection to the divine, and I'm hearing that, like, you did it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards to see what are you healing in the next month. What is pile 1 healing? Sexual energy. So that some of you, and I understand this may be triggering, some of you may have some sexual trauma that I'm hearing. Some of you may have pushed it down, where then all of a sudden these memories are coming up and you're like, oh my God, when did that happen? Oh my God, I have memories that, all of a sudden come in. Feelings, anger, resentment towards sex. Also for some of you who don't resonate with that, but what I'm also feeling for some of you is that when you're healing sexual energy that's repressed, especially with the feminines, where females have been raised to repress their sexual energy, through societal programming, generational programming. We're taught to be ladies and to be discreet. And it's time to open up that wild woman inside of us and embrace our sexuality. And this is something you may be healing on, working on in this separation, in this next, and understanding that it's okay to be a sexual creature. That we are meant to be sexual creatures. Our sexuality generates creativity, and our orgasm, for example, creates the most powerful energy in the universe. We also have 7, union of souls. You're also healing the union within the masculine and feminine within yourself. And then finally, psychic development. So the more you heal, look, we had masculine energy, masculine energy, connecting, healing your masculine energy, yeah. So let's look into, let's look into 2 months from now. Okay, 2 months from now. We have number 36, which breaks into the number 9. 9 is almost coming to a completion. 10s are completions, and 9 is coming close to the condition. You're coming close to the edge. You're getting closer. You're starting to learn how to open up and spread love and light. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I'm seeing that there, is a third party or friend involved. Maybe you have a friend who you listen to for advice. Maybe for some of you, you get to know each other on a deeper level through a friendship bond, is what I'm hearing. We have 5 of Wings, defeat. 5 of Roses, competition. That might be that third party energy I'm sensing. 8 of Roses, which is the 8 of Wands, for signals. So we saw in the first month there was a separation and trying to work on your healing work, and that was the whole purpose. And quite possibly in the second month, you're having to be more vulnerable, open up, get to know each other better. I'm hearing for a lot of you, masks are coming off. Sorry, I'm listening to spirit. Just a minute. Okay. This, in the second month, there may be things that you learn about your person that makes you question the connection. There may be a lot of conflict, mental conflict, emotional conflict, some disagreements. Spirit says to follow your heart and pay attention to your higher wisdom. Pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities that you see. And I'm hearing don't go by the traditional meanings and understandings of synchronistic numbers. For some reason, I'm hearing that for somebody. Like angel numbers are more than just that you need really study that. Don't go by something that study to show thyself approved, I'm hearing. So don't just take somebody's word for it that a certain synchronistic number means something. Actually study that yourself and learn that yourself. And it will give you a peace of mind, because it's like a roadmap for spiritual growth. I'm also hearing during the separation, there in the second month is going to come to the time closer to the end of the separation where you're going to have a lot of mental conflict due to not hearing from this person, due to being in separation. It's going to cause inner conflict, inner drama, and this is right before the end, right before all of a sudden there's messages coming in. Messages, text messages, phone calls. There is communication that will come in right where you're at the edge of possibly getting to know another person. Maybe you're about to give up on your person. You're just about to give up and start meeting other people, possibly through friends, acquaintances, when all of a sudden this person wants to come through. So please clarify what's coming in the next 2 months for pile number 3, please, Spirit. King of Fire. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. So you may be getting advice from someone who is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Someone who really wants the best for you. And all communication that you, there is a lot of communication coming in the second month from friends, from third parties, people outside of the connection that's not even in your connection, and from the person in your connection as well, your counterpart. We have the number 12, Awakening, Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So this is Hanged Man energy. So the Hanged Man, he gets caught by his foot with a rope, and when you get caught, it's like in a movie where you see someone get caught up in a jungle by a snare and they're stuck hanging upside down from a tree. So it's kind of like that, where they're struggling. You're struggling against the rope. You're struggling, trying to figure out how to get your foot untied, how to get out from the snare. And instead of being calm, they're struggling. Well, the Hanged Man represents that point where you stop struggling and you decide to, look at that horn, you decide to listen to spirit and your intuition and your higher wisdom, and start seeing things from a new perspective. Start looking around and saying, I'm being shown something me and my sister used to do when we were kids. We would take turns, and we would get so tickled at this. We would take turns. One of us would lay up on the couch and hang our head upside down on the couch and put a scarf over our eyes and stuff, to where you only saw like our mouth and chin, and we would talk with each other, and we would get so tickled. And when you're hanging upside down, everything looks different. Even you look different. And that's that point where you actually start looking around you and be like, and that's when the universe and when your spirit guides and everyone can actually communicate with you, is when you're actually willing to not be so stubborn. And the Four of Wands, missing opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to possibilities. You will get discontent with the connection, because during the separation, instead of just going with the flow and working on yourself and your healing and trying to get this new perspective, instead you've been struggling the whole time. You've been struggling against the rope, and it's making you disappointed, sorrowful, longing, having all this overthinking going on, and feeling discontent. And it's not going to be until you focus and communicate with spirit and actually start to look at things from a different perspective that things are going to move forward. So let's put this away and look at month number 3. So we have the number 3, between worlds. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So what I'm seeing with this, between worlds, to me this represents where you're walking right there in between, where you can see, you was stuck in hanged man energy for a while. You was stuck in separation until you was able to change your focus, where you was all in 3D, but now you're more awakening than what you was. I'm not saying you wasn't woke, but it's still a process, right? And you've been listening to spirit, and now you're in both worlds. You are not only walking this matrix reality, but you can also see past the matrix, and you can see past this false reality, this illusion we live in, to see things from a higher perspective. And so you're walking both worlds, both dimensions at the same time. You have an understanding of the 3D earthly realm and higher dimensions. So you're starting to see things, and masks are coming off. Truths are being revealed. Things you didn't see before, you're starting to have a comprehension of in the 3rd month. We have 5 of passions, trouble in paradise, jealousy and insecurity, love rivals, feeling in competition for desired love interest, outside interference in the relationship, feeling in competition with their partner, arguments, battle of wills, too much stress for a positive sexual experience. Ace of stability. A new love with a person who is a breath of fresh air and who will provide stability. A new beginning within a relationship. A positive shift within a union. A new business venture with a romantic partner. Making things official, getting legally married. Someone who rewards their partner with gifts in exchange for sex. And then we have the Tower. Ego shattered, ultimate betrayal, an explosive argument, relationship breakup, partner left, discovered partner is cheating, discovered partner is married. So when you, so this is energy of someone, oh my goodness, pile 3. And this is going to trigger some people, this is going to upset some people, but I have to read what the cards tell me, what spirit tells me, what I see in my head. I have to be honest, and I have to be real. I cannot sit here and tell you everything's going to be wonderful, because not all relationships work out that way. In this connection that you're watching this for, whatever connection you're in separation with, this, that third party energy I was picking up, your person may already be married. They may be in a committed relationship. And as spirit wakes you up to this connection, you're going to start seeing where this person has deceived you. Where this person was actually not for your best interest. They was not focused on your best interest. They didn't care about your best interest. And it was for some, I don't know what kind of gain they got out of it. But this has left you devastated. But at the same time, in the 3rd month, you're not only are you seeing truths, but something new is coming in for you. You have a new person coming into your life. This person that we've been talking about in the 1st and 2nd month that you've been in separation with, but you long for, you miss them. You're like, oh my God, when is he going to come back? When is he going to call me? Yeah, you know who you are. Anyways, and I'm not making fun of you. I do that myself. Brittany will tell you, I do that myself. Because sometimes I'll text her, I'm like, oh my God, I'm missing Tammy, instead of actually working on my healing or working on my ascension or my growth. And that's what I see here. someone who's been so focused on that one person, seeing nothing but the best in them. Even when red flags come up, you're like ignoring those red flags. You're like, no. So here in the third month, we see that you're being revealed truths. You have a higher understanding of this person and their purpose, the lies they've told. It's like you're gonna know. You're gonna know, pile 3. You're gonna know. And you're gonna end this connection. You're gonna cut it. You're gonna cut the head right off. It's gone. I don't even know why I made that sound. That's so stupid. Anyways, you got this new person coming in. Someone who's going to actually give you the things that you've always desired. These things you've always wanted in a relationship. They're like checking out you. I mean, you have your list of things you want. Every woman has a list of her perfect man. It's like, he's checking all the boxes. He fits all the boxes. Because I'm seeing in my head, we're in that movie Practical Magic, where Sandra Bullock makes that list as a child. And when she's an adult, this man comes in and he fits all those check marks on her boxes. Yeah, that's what's coming in for you. Let's get some clarification, please, Spirit. Please clarify 3 months from now. This new person coming in your life. 7 of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. I feel that has to do with this person that you've been in separation with. 6 of Waters. Memories from your history, your childhood. Issues regarding children. Romanticizing the past. I'm getting that this new person coming in quite possibly may be someone you've known since you was a child. Someone that you've had your eye on, that you feel like is that perfect person for you. Someone you've had on a pedestal since you was a child. Maybe someone you used to have a crush on. So, let me pull these away, and I'm going to pull you some letters and charms and all that fun stuff. So first, let me pull you some letters. We have a T, an A, an N. Your person may have a nice tan. K, E, Ken. Name might be Ken. Name might be Nan. My best friend's name is Nan. We have an O. These letters, they may be in their name. They may be in your person's initials. Excuse me. Maybe your person's nickname. Let me pull some charms here. Oh, look. It's a boy. This new person in your life may cause you to get pregnant with a baby boy. Or they may have a baby boy. We have this huge leaf. So to me, this leaf looks kind of fallish and crisp like the fall. I don't know why it just makes me think that. I guess because, in the fall it's crisp and it may have a lot of holes in it. So when the leaves start falling is maybe your third month from the time you watch this video. We're not really sure. So whenever you're drawn to this video, maybe your fall. But I'm also getting that this connection will be very grounding for you. have this magnolia blossom. So magnolias may represent something for you. We have the dream catcher. So this is someone that you may have dreams of. We have this heart. Let's see. Oh, a heart with a nurse's cap on top of it. This person is going to help you heal with this loving heart they have for you. We have the blue kyanite, which to me represents the throat chakra, healing the throat chakra, great communication. In the connection, we have an X, a D, a W, and an F. It's a black rocking horse. Actually, what I'm getting from this, I've never gotten this before, but what I'm getting for this, some of you may have spirit babies. Babies that are in the spirit realm. I know I have a spirit baby. I've miscarried a child. And there are spirit babies. A lot of people consider spirit babies as those that's not yet conceived. But what I'm seeing here is like from a miscarriage or a baby who died from in infancy or something. You have a lot of pain from that. That is going to be healing with this loving energy. You do have this broken heart that is healing. So that's some else that you're healing. Is we have the butterfly, which has to do with transformations. This is the some of you may have your person, this new person may be a Scorpio. You may be a Scorpio. There may be Scorpio energy in the chart. There is this compass. So things are going to start looking up. Going to find your true north with this new person. We have the pink mermaid tail, which this person may have water in their chart. You may have water in their chart. The person who has water in their chart may be the feminine energy. We have another heart here with a little girl and a little boy kissing. So definitely this, again, clarifies someone who possibly you've known since childhood. It also may represent someone, either you or your person have children. Now, finally, I'm going to get some characteristics. We have green eyes, oval face, black hair, heart-shaped face, someone who is adventurous. We have gray eyes. There's green eyes and gray eyes. And voluptuous. You or they are voluptuous. Thank you so much for sticking with me today and watching this video with me today. Pile 3. Do remember to leave a thumbs up and a comment to help with the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love to have you. And if you need a personal reading, they are on special to the end of June 2021. And you can contact me. Information is down in the description box. Many blessings. Namaste. Hi, thank you so much. So, today's pick a card reading, I'm going to show you the decks that I use. What I want to show you first is a deck that I used in this reading from the beautiful, wonderful, compassionate, very wonderful energy from Rachel with Angelic Revelation 144. You cannot get this off of Amazon. You do have to, I have a link down in the description box where you can order cards from her. I use the Flames of Love and Passion Tarot that was created. She's Angelic Revelation 144. You may recognize that name from YouTube. I love these cards. They shuffle great. That was me. It wasn't the cards. I say that and then anyways, so and they have gloss finish on the outside and the inside. They they're very good for of course, relationships. I'm going to show you this High Priestess. It shows us the High Priestess card as divine feminine energy, ruled by the moon, element water, zodiac signs Pisces and Cancer. It even gives the Hebrew letter, not even trying to say it, and it gives upright messages, reverse messages, the meaning. So it's really good. I love this deck. So if you are interested in this deck, there is a link down in the description box where you can purchase this. So next, I'm going to show you the cards that you can only get off of, well, you probably can get it other places too, but you can follow my Amazon link to follow get these next cards. So, getting tongue-tied. So this next deck are the ones that you can get off the Amazon link down in the description box that I used in this reading. We have Wisdom of the Oracle Divination cards, the Romance Angels Oracle cards, created by Adoring Virtue, who no longer creates decks. We have the Angel Tarot cards, again by Adoring Virtue. Not all of this next one, I use Shamanic Healing Oracle cards, but not in all of the piles. I didn't use it in all, only when I felt drawn to use them. And then I also used the Legacy of the Divine Tarot and the Enchanted Love Tarot. So again, if you'd like any of those decks, the Amazon link is down in the description box. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.